Hello there and welcome back to Satisfactory. Yes, we're back on Satisfactory once again, going to be continuing our single player playthrough on the 1.1 experimental branch. So, if you went to your last time, we had gotten some of the blueprinting done for our factory as far as the machines go. Got the blueprints essentially done for the machines and got all the machines in place in our factory currently with all the recipes set. And a little bit of the belt work done as far as the floor holes and stuff like that. And we've got a layout for each one of our floors for all the machines and everything else and whatnot. So now all we gotta do is belt it. So that's going to be today's plan, which is going to be running the lifts and running the belts to and from the train stations, working up the logistics floor and all of that stuff. So hopefully we can get that all done today, get the factory actually functional, and then we'll worry about details later. But yeah, let's go ahead and get on into it. Let's go. Alright, let's do it. So here we are. So this is the layout that I was talking about, if you didn't see it in the kind of footage there. Oh, and I also, so one quick little note, you did see it in the beginning there, but I did get the gate placed the way I wanted it. I actually completely removed the gate and recentered it, so it wasn't like clipping all the way into one side and wasn't clipping into the other. I didn't want it to clip too much. Oh, I have no power over here. Oh, yes I do. I have power over here. I haven't removed it yet. So this is the gate, and the manta ray flies through here beautifully. So, yeah, you got some isolated rock and stuff like that, but I'm not really too worried. We'll just say the gate's inoperable due to unforeseen circumstances of rock being in our gate. Maybe the gate was built and then some of the rock kind of crumpled in, kind of, you know, as we were mining out the archway a bit more to fit the gate, it kind of broke in after the gate was finished. So now the gate's inoperable. How about that? I don't know. We'll figure out something. But yeah, so now the gate is complete. I love that it's blue in here. The gate is completely finished. So there you go. There goes a use for the warp gate, which is what I said it would probably be, which is a kind of a showpiece rather than anything else. I'm not building any more of that gate, though. I was going to build it all the way through. I think that would have looked dumb a little bit with the rock poking through it, but at the same time, that'd be incredibly laggy over here. I mean, it's already bad in this game. My CPU is always screaming and on fire. So let's burn this sucker down. Alrighty, so this is what we did last time though, which looks pretty good with our autosave going on. So yeah, like I said, all we gotta do is get this factory functional today, and we'll worry about the details later. So yeah, I got a lot to do, but I do want to get this factory functional. We've got power to everything thanks to the elevators. The elevators have been such a game changer as well. With this update, it's been such a freaking game changer, man. Just being able to pull power through floors while being an elevator is pretty nice. Oh, so they did drop an update. I think you guys, I think it was yesterday. But yeah, one of the updates was that the elevator music no longer plays unless the elevator has power. They also fixed some multiplayer issues as well with the elevator, so. It's music is synced and the music actually works correctly on multiplayer and dedicated servers I'd seen, so that's pretty good. Alright. So, how do I want to make this work? So I know how I want to do the outputs. Which basically what the outputs are going to do is the outputs are going to go like this. So this is how we're going to do this here. And then what we're going to do, I hope the lift will reach all the way up. If it doesn't, we'll put some floor holes. Actually, putting floor holes in might not be a bad idea. Hopefully I'm not going to put floor hole here. I'm going to put a floor hole here. But then it makes it look like it's attached to the actual floor. I wanted to be in the center, basically. I was going to do all the materials in the center, but I doubt that's going to look good. So we're going to do climbing against the wall. Oops. That floor hole's not going to do anything. I mean, we might have to remove the floor holes. I'm not sure. It's still in testing. We're still kind of in the testing phase of everything. So, my radio. Damn it. I go so long without doing that, and then I just randomly do that. I always lose my damn radio, man. I needs it for the musics. There we go. Oh, and we need a floor hole roughly there. I think that's where it's at. Just so we can go, well, I guess actually this is the logistics floor. So the only floor hole we're going to have is the one that's actually going to the train station. So we'll get everything down to this point where it all gets merged. Should we merge on... Well, we'll merge on the floor. That'll be easier for the vertical mergers and splitters and stuff anyway. Yeah, so I'll do that. Which way do we want to merge? I should probably check the train station down here. So we want to merge... Okay, we want to merge all the way to this end. Alright. Got it. Because then we'll fill up the train station as it's placed. And that works pretty darn well there. Alright. So yeah, we'll just throw a merger down. I'm going to color it correctly. Not that it really matters, but... okay. So this is the... I just picked a random one. I shouldn't have picked a random one. Lining everything up. Yeah. I didn't paint it. Oh! Okay. And it's every other one, right? For 5? Yeah, looks like we're doing okay. Yeah, as I've explained to people in the past, I don't place my belts and then place my mergers or splitters or anything like that. I always do my merger splitters first. Just a little personal preference. It's not a you have to do this or you're a terrible Satisfactory player or anything like that. So don't worry. I'm not saying that whatsoever. Looks like these are gonna have to go down slightly. So that's the closest I can place it. I can't nudge it. Yeah. I don't think they can nudge. I don't think they'd be able to make that work. Conveyor, merger. I wonder. I have an idea. Once this autosave passes. What if I was to do this and then... Nope, you can't stack them. And it's kind of annoying that they lose their paint color, but I suppose that's a small price to pay for what we get now. Okay, so they'll have to be down slight. Actually, I don't even think I can do that because that's 1 meter. Isn't that 1 meter? Yeah, that's a 1 meter drop. That's not going to work though, mister. Why? Why can't I put the... I guess these are a mistake, but I don't think there's no way I can make a lift that tall. No freaking way. I don't remember how tall they go, but... I stand corrected. Okay. I will eat my woods once again. As I have in the last episode. The last episode was great, wasn't it? Oh, that's cool. It puts a... I was wondering how I was going to do that. I haven't really played with the vertical mergers and splitters very much. Oh, you know what? We could do the floor holes as a aesthetic. Yes, we can use those as an actual aesthetic. Okay. That works there. But that is good to know that we can go all the way... And we'll just do it on this one. Oh, but we can't do the... Oh... Okay, now we have an interesting problem. I could move the mergers in, I suppose. But then I gotta move all the mergers. Ah, that looks like I didn't go too far, so it's not that bad. I gotta move him in one like that. Okay, is that up against the? Yes, it is. Perfecto. Okay. Then we'll go all the way up here. Look at that. Beautiful. Okay. I almost want to not put supports on this. You know what I mean? Because you know how I usually do my whole... I do this whole number. You know, I'll do this. And we do this, and we go all the way up like that. Those are nice and all, but there's a big problem with them, is you really can't see the product inside. Maybe that doesn't matter as much. Because I kind of wanted to see the belts work. But I guess you can see the belts work on that. It's just, you know what I would really like is a kind of supported version of the lift. Basically. So, was it... No, that was enclosed belts. There was a modder. They're probably still doing mods for Satisfactory, actually. Where they did like enclosed lifts and enclosed belts. That was really good. I really liked those, especially one of my favorite belt types for enclosed was the accordion. That was one of my favorites, and I was trying to convince them to do a glass version of the belt enclosure. So basically, what you'd do is you'd have just 4 little bars that ran along the outer edge of your belt, and then you'd have glass. Now the problem with doing that, though, for their particular mod, is they couldn't. What you call it? I meant to put these in place afterwards. Yeah. The way their mod worked, the item that went into the enclosed belt, it seemed to disappear. I don't remember. It's been years, but it did seem to disappear when it went in there. So maybe that's why they never did enclosed glass. But I was like, that would have been a really cool thing to have enclosed belts and enclosed lifts, but have it like a glass, kind of like a glass structure with little beams on the, like tiny little beams on the corners, so it kind of tied it together. And then it's like glass paneling. You know, because we could make curved glass, obviously. Like, that would have been a really cool belt idea. For, like, the Mark 6 belts. I've already seen the Mark 6 belts and stuff like that, too, so... What am I looking for, by the way? Oh. Sorry. I was thinking about other things, but clearly. Okay, so this right here should work. Yeah, I'm gonna have to repaint them. Kind of irritates me that I have to repaint, but like I said, small price to pay for being able to copy colors and recipes on stuff just by middle mouse clicking. It saves a lot of time, so maybe they'll fix that. I mean, they seem to still be working on this particular thing, and they got until June 10th to maybe make everything work like it's supposed to. So yeah, it's no big deal. So yeah, that's what I was thinking, like that, right? And then now that we've got everything on, now we can have the detail work. Nah, I was thinking about something, but it's like, no. Yeah, you know what? I think I will enclose it. I mean, it's circuit boards, right? We could build our own. No. So with these, maybe? Yeah, these just don't... These beams are just too big, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not going to build my own. That would take forever. I'd have to blueprint it, essentially. That would take a while. It's just easier just to do this. It's like we got more factories to build, man. I mean, I got a long way to go before I finish phase 4. So, and then things will get really interesting because once we get past phase 4, I'm out of my depth. I've never been past phase 4 yet. So, I've seen a lot of the stuff that is in phase 5, but yeah, I'm trying to. I tried to stay in the dark as much as possible. So, all right. So I'm thinking like that for all of the outputs. I think that, yeah, that does look good. You know, it looks good. It looks good. But yeah, something like that for all the or do this for all of the outputs. Get everything merged down to the train station. Down here as well, I do want to put a sink. I just don't know if the sink is going to fit. Probably not. I think it's 4. Isn't the sink 4 walls tall? That's 5 walls tall, isn't it? 1, because we got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5. Yeah. Well, technically it's 6. Oh, we'll put this down. Well, do we have room? I think we do have room to do the sink out here. Oh, of course we got room. Look, we got all this room over here. Okay, yeah. That seems fine. No, I was also thinking too. I was actually thinking a glass floor. So we go to our normal 4 right here, right? And then underneath this we remove this as well, so you can see the train stations down below. Oh no, there's a reason that I didn't do that specifically. It's because I'm going to be putting lights, and if I put lights down there. You're not gonna be able to see through the lights. Well, I don't know. I'll put the lights up and then I'll try the glass floor and see how it looks. And if it is here, when I get the rest of this finished, then that did look good. So, yeah, let me get this all done for the outputs, and then we'll work on the inputs. We're gonna do something similar though with this. I think what I'll do is I will pull the lift all the way through and then do the vertical splitters, and then we'll put the floor holes in and stuff like that. I mean, actually, like, this doesn't look too bad, to be honest. I might even say forget the floor holes altogether. Actually, no, the floor holes will need to exist over here. Yeah, the floor holes will need to exist here because the way the lifts are going to be coming, they're going to be coming straight through the floor. So, I mean, do they have to though? No, they don't actually, because there's going to be a little bit of space out here when we do our wall anyway. That's a hard choice, because if I screw it up, then the stuff gets covered. You know what? No, we'll just do it through the floor. It's fine. But yeah, I think it'll look good though. Alrighty, so now that we've got all of the output completed, so now this is what it looks like. I do love this at night though. I'm still gonna have to put lighting in here, but man, at night this actually looks kind of good. Oh, you know what I should do? Oh, why didn't I think about it? Dang it! Now I'm gonna have to. I could do it from the bottom, can't I? Yeah, it's not too bad. But yeah, what if I was to replace all of these with these instead? Dude, the reflection on the lighting is going to be insane. Yes. Yeah, all the yes. I don't know why I didn't think about it until just now. Oh, it's going to take forever. No. Well, I guess while that we could build circuit boards. But yeah, look at the lighting on that. Hold on, we gotta do it on the floor too. We gotta see what this looks like on the floor. Oh wait, I can just look up here, can't I? Yeah, yeah. Dude, the reflections on that is insane. What if we did like a darker color? Or what if we did... Hold on. Thinking. I don't want to change this. These swatches are annoying because they're global. Of course, I don't know how global, how really global they are, but yeah, we'll just go with this. Traffic yellow, or is it the other way around? It's the other way around, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, so we're black, and then traffic yellow. And the reason I was thinking about that was because we go to patterns. Put up 2, and then do our. It's a little bit laggy for some reason. And we do our color. I already know that. It's like I already know the reason. My CPU over there is being tortured. That's how it goes. And what's funny too, and this is, and people keep asking me, you know, well, what if you turn the graphics down? You know, what if you did this or what if you did that? And it's just like, those are all well and good suggestions, but my problem is my CPU. It is. So for those who are asking what kind of CPU I have, it is an i7 4790K. It went out of production in 2017. Now, when I first got this PC, it was an i5. It was like a low-end i5 is what I had. And then I tried to like do any kind of like recording. I actually tried streaming first, and I was able to stream at the high end of 480p. That's how good I was able to stream at a decent, basically at a decent rate. Otherwise, I would have what they call drop frames, which is everybody is seeing basically a slideshow. It was not good. So yeah, I have an i7 4790. It's a really low end i7. There is an upgrade for my particular, because my motherboard is really old as well. There is an i9 that is available for my motherboard, and I'll probably be getting that if I can ever afford the damn thing. I mean, people go, "Well, it's only $150, only $200, you know." It's like you don't understand my situation. Anything is expensive to me. Anything over $5 is very expensive. Maybe over $10. You know, if I can get an i7, you know, brand new for like $10 or $20, you know, I obviously would try my damnedest to go for that deal. Because that would be awesome. I'm afraid that might be where my mergers are at, but let's go look. But yeah, so i7 4790K, it's your very low end i7, and it doesn't matter. My graphics can be on the lowest setting possible, and it'll still lag, and this FPS will still drop, and stuff like that like crazy. It might not drop as often, obviously. That will lessen the load of the CPU a little bit, but most of the graphics and stuff especially for games like Satisfactory or any other games that look really good is mostly handled by the GPU. CPU a little bit, GPU mainly. Not every game, of course. Not every game does that and stuff like that. And some games are solely reliant on the CPU, or almost solely reliant on the GPU, like Dyson Sphere program. They use the GPU for all their calculations rather than the CPU. This is plastic, right? Okay, so plastic coming in. Oh, that's right. I wanted to do this. Actually, let's bring them up to just below that. So then we're up out of the way, because the quick wire is going to go crazy in this space. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Like and I've already tried it. Obviously, I've already tried it. That's how I know. Is a lot of these games that have been lagging recently. And Satisfactory, the reason Satisfactory doesn't lag when you first play the game, if you have a situation like this and it runs beautifully on 60 FPS or higher, is because you don't have any factories built yet. There's not really any calculations going on. Most of the work is being handled by the GPU. As soon as you get to this level where you're building really big factories and you're all over the map with all the calculations and stuff like that, and you're just going crazy like I am, and yes, it is partially, you know, the CPU is partially my fault. You end up with a lot of calculation going on. A lot of these factories and stuff that are being, the numbers and stuff is all being calculated for it. There's a lot of, because that's the way Satisfactory does it, is they do all of their sim calculations through the CPU. And you can tell that by basically the bigger you build, the more CPU usage you use. While the GPU usage mainly remains unchanged for the most part. Now, when you get a lot of lights and you get a lot of lumen going on and stuff like that, then obviously you're going to use more GPU. But that's really only the case when you get a lot of lights, a lot of shadows and stuff, or you change your graphics settings, then it changes there too. But yeah, like I say, it's. Oh yeah, I forgot how we wanted to do this. Yeah, we're gonna go through the floor up against the wall here. Yeah, so something like that, I'm thinking. I don't really know how I'm gonna run the quick wire yet. And then. Oh right. We don't want to do floor holes yet because we can't do floor holes where we want to put them. Okay, so right there, we'll do this all the way along. And then what we'll do... How do I want to do that, per se? Maybe I want to put a foundation now to get it started. That might be how we have to do this. Alrighty, so just real quick here, we've got all of the first item, which is all plastic. Got that all belted and everything, as you can see. We've got all of our... I decided to go with the supports as well. I decided also not to put the floor holes in because you really can't see it anyway, so it's like, I'm not really too worried. But yeah, so that works there to do all of the plastic as well. And I've checked all the machines. You can see on these little lines here that they've all got plastic. Now, when I did this, this is a very interesting thing. So what I did was I put my splitter in, which is just slightly below. Now that doesn't match up with this floor hole here perfectly. So what you do is you don't go from the let me get my white all over this. Accidental. So when you try to go from here, you can see it doesn't. You don't hear the snapping noise. No boop. No, nothing like that, right? Because it's actually off about. I'd say it's about half a meter, if not less than half. It's half a meter. The only thing is, I don't like that you can't adjust the height of these at all. Like when you put them on the lift, they snap to 1 meter increments, which is, I guess it works in most situations, but there's certain situations like this where it just doesn't work. What I did was I pulled the lift from this floor hole right here and pulled the lift up, which apparently knocked these all off by about half a meter, which is very interesting. Okay, I didn't remove. Alright, so instead of going from the floor hole to the splitter, you go from the splitter, you see it places it down slightly, so from here to there, it'll either place it like that or it'll place it partially up in the ceiling. But you go from the splitter and you actually want to aim at the floor hole itself, and you'll hear it. You hear it snap, and then you place it, and it works. And you can hit F And you can see there is plastic in that bottom portion. There's plastic in this top portion. If we take a bit of plastic out of here, you can see it is working as it should, which is good. So pretty happy about that. So that's how we're gonna do the quick wire as well. But the quick wire is going to be slightly different. So the quick wire, this is how I'm going to do these and how I've kind of how I'm going to calculate them out. So what I've done is I was like, well, what if we have, so obviously if you take that 2250, which is how much quick wire we're moving per minute, and you divide that by our belt 780, that produces 2.8 belts basically. It's almost let's just say 3 belts. Just to get rid of all that fluff that we don't need in that decimal point. So we need 3 belts in order to make this whole factory work, right? Well, what if we take that... Oh, I can no longer delete. Hello? Oh, there we go. I alt-tabbed out and alt-tabbed back in, and then it allowed me to delete. What if we take that... That's not running that. Okay, so 2250, and we divide that by 4. That's 562. That's 562 per belt, basically. Well, that's how much that would be running on that belt there, basically. So we just do, okay. Well, that fits on a belt easily. 562. The belt could do 780, and we're only wanting to put 562 on the belt. That works perfectly for our factory. So how do we divide that up? So then I was like, okay, well, we go to each machine here, and they use 37.5 per minute. So we take that 37.5 per minute, and we put it in our quick search. And if you actually leave the quick search and go back into it, see, it's still there. And we go, okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So there's 10 machines per floor. We've got 1, 2, 3, there's 10 machines per side on each floor. So that's 10, 20, 30. Okay, that's not going to work. That'll work for the 3 belts if you were to do it. I guess if you were to do it that way, you could have 1 belt serve this floor, 1 belt serve this floor, and 1 belt serve this floor. But it's kind of hard to do that between both sides, just because of the way we've got the factory split up here. Well, what if we did it this way? What if we take that times 5? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You take that times 5, right? Which is 187.5. So then we go 187. I wish you could hit the equals key and it would just work, but it doesn't. It doesn't work like a normal calculator, unfortunately. Yeah, 0.5, and we take that times 3 because we have 3 floors of that. That is 562.5. That is what we're looking to push. So this group of 3 floors, 5 machines each, just this little corner is the 562.5. This corner is 562.5. This corner is same, and this corner is same. So now we've got 4 belts. So now we can go ahead and go down here to our train station and look at doing that. Now, we do have to do something slightly interesting with our train station in order for this type of thing to work. Where did those floor holes end up? I wanted to look at that. Oops. Okay, those floor holes aren't too bad. As well, that's actually not too bad. If we put our floor holes here on this particular, I'm gonna put one here just as a marker so I know where to aim for down here. Perfect. I want to get all of my lifts and stuff in before I get lights and whatnot. Okay, so we got our 5-car train station here. Now obviously we want to pull off of the very end of the train, so that makes that work. I mean, we could pull off the very... Let's see, how's the train being loaded? Well, that train is being loaded from the back to the front. So the very last set, the very front car is what's getting the last amount of the material that's left over, and there's our train. So what we're more than inclined to do is to take from the rear end to the front end and have the front end be like our filler, because we're doing 4, not 5. So is that where that 4 holes? Yes, okay. So that gets aimed there. That gets aimed there. That gets aimed there. Yeah, it's only 1 per train station. And this one gets aimed... Oops. Uh-oh, autosave. Jeez. That autosave is getting brutal, man. Okay, so right there. And then we get rid of that one because we don't need it. Alrighty, so then we'll pull down from here. Just direct connect. That'll be the easiest way to make this happen. Now, we may want a buffer on this. I will see about putting a buffer on this if we need it. Like I say, that's a big if. I'm not going to put one on there if we don't need it. Okay, so then we've got that train station done. Let's see, the lifts coming out are green. Okay, but the belts are colored the train station. Okay, that's actually pretty easy for this one, because this was just using the Caterium finish, which makes sense. You know, it's quick wire. It's made of Caterium. Oh wait, we only want to do the bottom one, huh? How do I want to do that? Ooh, do I want to separate it between two? Do I want to run 2 different belts? Actually, I don't even need any. Oops. Let me just, make a mess of things again. If I do 2 different belts, right? Let's put down our splitters first. Organization. Logistic splitters. So something like this. Oops, like this. That's what I want. Okay. There we go. And yeah, we'll just Caterium it up. Take those. It's like we could run one belt and then split it 4 times. Or we could run 2 belts and only split it twice off of each line. And that'll do a little bit more of a balancing act between that. So we do 5 like that. And then we do 6. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And then... Okay, I might have to connect up to it. Give that lift a... I did make the small lift. Okay, yeah, the small lift still works. So, no big deal there. And then I'm just going to reconnect it to make it look a little better. Okay. Yeah, we want to stay this low for the moment. So we get past this one here. Actually, if we put this in the right spot, it's like it should. A little too, not close enough. Ah. Ah. What if I go from here to there? Nope. Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay. So I have to turn the corner and then we can go down. Eh. So yeah, something like that. There we go. And so that one gets split between there and then autosave. There we go. And then that one gets split between there. So yeah, so basically that, and then so as these as the trace station's empty for this particular thing, this final or this engine here, this car here, will basically balance out for the rest of the four in the balancing. So as these empty, then this one will empty first before these start to empty, and that should give the train enough time to get back here before they fully empty out, because you've got a full train station to empty first, and then you'll start emptying out the rest of them, which those ones will all empty about the same pace, so, or they're all empty at 562 per minute, so hopefully we can get a train station back here, or train back here before the train station completely empties out. Okay, and then there's our 4 belts. So this is the logistics floor. Obviously it's going to be a little bit of a mess here, but I'm going to send 2 belts this way and 2 belts that way. I'm going to bring them to the middle first, and then we'll split them off as well. So yeah, let me get that all done, and then that should be this factory actually functional. So alrighty, so the quick wire is a-flowing, and the circuit boards have been made. It's very, very nice. As you can see, we got machines just ready to go. Do I have these belts colored wrong? Is that just the... That's just the darkness. Okay, cool. Yeah, we have our circuit board factory is actually in full swing now. I'm letting the machines back up because I need to let this whole storage back up before I hook it up to the train station and hook it up to the sinks eventually. Which is going to take probably another hour or two. I'm not really sure, but we are done though. Factory is, like I said, factory's in motion. I mean, look at all these belts. This is pretty cool. So I'm actually going to leave this open to the logistics floor. So when you're actually looking down, you can actually see the quick wire moving. I mean, look how fast that quick wire is moving. It's insane. I mean, we're using, what, 2250 a minute? That's a lot of quick wire. That's why I doubled up the amount of the quick wire, the amount the quick wire factory was making from 2,000 to 4,000, because it's like we're also going to need quick wire for AI limiters and maybe some other factories in the future too. So it's just like, yeah, we're going to need our quick wire. But yeah, like I said, I want all these factories to stop working and back up so that we can back up the entire storage of this. So the reason I did put a storage here is because, like I said, the amount of quick wire we're using is 2,250 per minute. That is a lot of quick wire being used per minute, and the train station, at least to me, the train station unloading, when the train station was loading up, the amount of quick wire inside these machines got low enough that I was actually getting kind of scared. It's just like, it's gonna be, we're gonna end up running into issues. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put down little storage boxes, just little ones. We don't need big old industrial ones. We'll just use these little ones here, and then send them off. So these ones go down the middle, obviously. Oh, I wanted to add, because these are kind of just freestanding here. Make these, or give these some supports. Oops. There's our quick wire train. Oh, there's a little bit of lag going on. But yeah, the belts would empty out so freaking quickly. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and do that. And the reason these belts are or a lot of this stuff was pretty empty is because I put those containers in place. So had to fill up those containers as well, which ended up draining out over half the train station and a bit, and then some. So yeah, luckily the train does get here quite a bit earlier than the train station is able to empty, which is what we want. We want to have more in there. We want to not have the train station completely empty before the train comes back, which is what is happening, both with the plastic and the quick wire, which is good. So next time, which will be Friday, unfortunately, it is going to take us all week to do this. I was hoping that wasn't going to be the case, but that's what it's looking like. That is going to be the case. Is this also just the lighting? Yeah, it's also just lighting. Okay, cool. I did have a little bit of an issue with some coloring earlier. I used the wrong green. And there was some belts that were brighter green than others, and some lifts that were brighter green than others, and I messed that up. So, but yeah. Anyway, like I was saying, the next time is going to be where we decorate this factory and get it done before the end of tomorrow, and get this factory actually looking good. I did pull the foundations back, and everything's also. I got all the coated concrete for our floors and ceilings. So everything's looking good. But again, like I say, though, that is going to be it. So I do hope you enjoyed. Oh, and before you go, I would like to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of the investors you can see here. Seriously, thank you. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. And until next time, I guess it's a goodbye.